Watch wave. Watch your step.
Guess we just gonna zero this guy.
Watch your step.
Oh shit.
Watch wave. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Let's get it down, boys. How's this nigga move? We still got him out. Okay. Kill this guy.
Watch your step.
1D is really easy, so you don't really gotta be too concerned about this shit. Oh, you didn't want to get out of there, though. I don't know why.
Watch your step.
He kind of slacked pulling him over. But 1D is fucking snooze fest. He dead, he dead. There you go, kill this fucker.
Watch wave.
It's a strong group there. They could have. This group could have did 2D. Why the fuck? Don't know why he's not moving the boss, but whatever. Charred bones a little to forward. Let's get this going, guys. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to put up a vid on the breakdown of the week 2, well, week 3 gear. This is the third week of next. Third week of phase 1.
Watch wave.
We'll do that. I geared up. This week has been basically gearing up my arms warrior. Not too many things needed for my Scarab Lord here, my Fury. He's pretty stacked. But I did get a few upgrades, but arms warrior, man, I'm 4K gear score on him, and I'm super excited about that. Super excited about the 4K gear score. I'm 42 gear score, 42K gear. 4,200 gear score on this guy. Better gear. Shit, this guy. I'm getting hit by this slightly. That's it. But he did. Oh, 2 emblems of valor there. That's what's up. Sanctums, large spore. We're gonna go for that. Staff of restraint. Okay. Oh, gauntlets of the last protector. That's nice. I have those already. But you could use it for like tank set or whatever. So I'll roll for OS. But yeah. 7th overall is Fury. 8th DPS. Love to see it. Yeah, he was pumping. Roll Dragonhide bag. We'll roll for that. I got a 46. So we're gonna try to go for the large spatule. Fury to 5 fights was reserved. It didn't drop, so he's screwed. Oh, that Pride Month he might have had it. Law. Late as fuck. Chest guard, plate. This is caster. I like this fucking paladin gear. That sucks. Staff of Restraint. This is pretty good staff right there, man. So it behooves the casters to come to the raid. The Fury, of course, is great for any melee DPS class. Got that first week, so super strong on getting that. Yeah, but 1D is pretty good. You know, this is good to get your alts in here too. Get some of this gear. Large, we're gonna roll for that for sure. We want that. Oh, someone got a 98 and it wasn't me. I got the 98. Holy shit, I got the 98, bros. I thought it skipped me. Oh, I only could be beat with a 99. Oh, he got 100? Vintage got 100. Fuck me. Jeez. 100. Fuck. I thought I got that with the 98, bros. That's strong with the 100. Damn. I thought I had that. Rolled a 98 and lost. That sucks. Gauntlets of the Lost Vanquisher for the Rogue, Death Knight, Mage, Druid. There's a lot of mages in the raid. Good luck. Nice gauntlets there. I can't believe I lost that with the... I'm going to roll on this one, though. Gauntlets of the Lost Protector. Definitely rolling on that. Got 100 G's. Okay. Let's roll on the other gauntlets and see. That 98, that sucks, man. Unless it was... Yeah, I'm about to say. I got a 60. Oh, the dude rolled a 98. There was some strong rolls in this raid, man. 98 from Gilo. Damn, 98 from Gilo. Fuck. Well, didn't get anything here, but I got two emblems of the Valors. And we are good to go. All right, that was the stream. Gonna try to do some dailies. Yeah, that's cast a loot or whatever. Yeah, do some dailies and we'll call it a freaking day. Notice it's early for the EU time. That's the stream I just came here. What's going on, Cage? What's going on, man? It was a quick. I mean, these one like fight raids are like. Oh man, that was the stream. We'll go over gear real quick. Man. What's going on, bud? Long time no see. I know this is like European time, where it's like their evening and stuff like that. Hopefully you're doing good. What's going on with you, man? We'll go over gear real quick here. This guy is super geared, as you guys can see here. Basically 4,200 gear score in the third week of phase 1. Yeah, it's kind of insane how yeah, it is. It's like you need like content raids. You know, you got Eye of Eternity, that's one fight. You have, you know, Assyrian Sanctum, that's one fight. And then you got the long raid in Nax, you know. But I finished up those earlier in the week. Yeah, but we'll go for the gear. And it's like it's easy too. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're doing 3D, it's not like really a challenge. So you're not really coming for the difficulty. But anyway, so first week I got the Assyrian Great Helm. I paid a good amount of gold. These are all in GDKPs, by the way. I'll just do GDKPs from now on. But Assyrian Great Helm is really strong. 226. I have 226 item level gear. What about Vault? Vault's super easy. That's the funny thing. I still need to do like 10-man Vault. I do need to do a 10-man Vault. You're right. Good call. I do need to do a 10-man Vault. I did a 25-man because I needed the legs. 10-man Vault, I'll just do for the badges. But it's still, Winter Grasp is going on right now, so you're right. Once Winter Grasp is done in 8 minutes, 9 minutes, I'll do a quick 10-man Vault. But I did the 25-man. I did a 25-man Vault earlier in the week. But anyway, and that's another reason why I leveled up my Arms Warrior, because I found myself, you can get all the raids done in a day, really. I mean, all the raids. I mean, 10 and 25. If you start like on Tuesday, if you start when the servers reopen, you can get everything done in a day because it's easy. It's not like difficult content. So yeah, it was one Tuesday I did a 25-man Nax, and then later on that night I did the 10-man Nax, and then throughout the day we did all the one dragon fights basically. Yeah, that was going a little too hard, but I mean, people were wanting to raid, you know. Low keys, it's too much work to play this early on, and hosting 4 raids is too much. Yeah, that's a lot. Ooh, that's a ton, actually. Yeah, that's a lot right there. I wouldn't do all that, especially when you gotta like host them and stuff. That's a little rough. But let me go through the gear real quick, and yeah, and we'll wait for this to kind of happen. So what I do is, the reason why I level my arms warrior is I wanted to play a little more because it was fun. It's too easy, but it's fun. I would say that. And oh, can I have a layer 2? Yeah, you sure can. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just play retail now. Just wait to do ICC. Oh man, wow! Like you said, F this. I don't know. It's weird. Like how's Dragonflight? I wouldn't. I haven't done retail since. Not even Legion. It was before Legion. What was the stupid one? Warlords of Draenor. Yeah, I did like 2 weeks of that, and I was like, this shit is terrible, and I stopped. Was it Warlords? What was the one before Warlords? Was it Pandas? I finished Pandas. Yeah, and I stopped after that. Yeah, the dumb one. It was stupid as hell. Was that after Pandas, right? I think it was. That was the one right after Pandas. I completed Pandas, completely. And then I was like, man, like I was in a 10-man guild, and it didn't feel like it was guildy anymore. The pre-patch is out tomorrow. Nice. Okay. Well, hopefully, all the upgrades are, helping out the game. But yeah, I did that, and I was like, man, I found myself playing the little pet battles. Like I really loved that pet battle system, but I wasn't raiding, like, because you didn't need a guild anymore. It was like, I don't know, it was weird. It looks good though. I say Fury Warrior seems fun. It seems fun. Seems fun. You notice in raids the damage output isn't the same as like how it was in Classic, but I mean, you see here, damage overall, we did pretty good. We were 7th. So I mean, I'm geared though. Most warriors aren't as geared as me right now. They're gonna be. But I got a lot of gear in the first 3 weeks. I got my best trinkets, all 3 of them. Yeah, I got beta tested the same play style as Wrath of the Lich King Warrior ICC with the Slamter set bonus. Yeah, so ICC is gonna pop the fuck off, and I'm gonna like that because I had an alt warrior in ICC original Wrath, but my main was my Warlock, right? Because I played a Warlock through Classic and Wrath of the Lich King originally. My main was a Warlock, and my second person was a warrior, a girl warrior. So now it's going to be different where I main a Fury Warrior, and my alt's going to be an Arms Warrior. So Arms Warrior is a little better now in raids, but I pop off. I mean, you see it right here. The damage done overall, we did 1.81 million overall in the instance, and we did good. We were right up there with the Warlock. We're right under the Warlock. This rogue was geared, and rogues do really good in this phase too. So we weren't that bad. We got some good gear, man. And yeah, I heard the slam set is going to be crazy. Let me put this microphone up here to make sure that everyone's hearing me correctly. But yeah, I'll go over the gear real quick, and then we'll try to get. We got 4 minutes left. We'll try to get to a 10-man VOA, man. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm sorry you couldn't, stay and play Classic, man. But it's not for everybody. I do know that. It's definitely not for everybody. Let me turn this off and put this on. Yeah. So notice that light's kind of trash. There we go. All right, that's a lot better. As far as the lighting and stuff, lighting works out tremendously for this game. Okay. So I wanted to play Classic myself against Stop Classic after Blizzard ruined my server. Yeah, you can post links. Post your links. I'll check it. No problem. I trust you, man. You've been around for a long time. Post your link. It's perfectly fine. And you're the only one here in anyway. Like I said, this is a random time to come online. But I haven't really streamed like that in a while, so I wanted to come on while I was doing a raid. So real quick, let's go through gear. I'll show you my Arms Warrior too, because I'm super happy with the Arms Warrior. But yeah, post your link and I'll check that real quick. Perfect. Let me get that in there real quick. I'm gonna look at your link real quick. Yes. Okay. Holy shit! Earth Fury is 35 people. Is this serious? Oh wow! So they, oh, Jesus. It's literally, wow. So they destroyed that server. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. What the hell? And no free transfers for all of TBC and now. My friend has Scarab Lord on that realm. Jesus. Well, I think, didn't they like migrate people off the dead servers? I think they did, right? Oh, that sucks. Oh man. My friend had Scarab Lord. Yeah, and I'm Scarab Lord here, you know it, but I was running on a small server like that one. But I think Earth Fury was bigger than DV Delight. DV Delight was always small. Yeah, but they wanted Earth Fury to be a migration realm. Okay. But they deleted it 2 weeks and then re-added it back. Holy shit. Wow. That sucks. Yeah, Blizzard messed up a lot. Yeah, they messed up a lot of the server stuff. I mean, even with DV Delight, they added DV Delight in the original Classic well after the launch was, so it never was a big server. That's crazy they re-added it back. All right, real quick, because it should be VOA should be happening in the next minute or so. But okay, so I got the Obsidian Greyhelm. This is Sarth 25 2D. I did that with Wampy. Shout out to Big Womp. Favor of the Dragon Queen. This was, like I said, this is your Bis neck. I got the big, I'm a Jewel Crafter, so I got the 34 Strength Gem in there. We'll replace those with Armor Pen Gems in Ulduar patch, whenever that comes up. You said it's over 1K pop after a while. Oh, okay. Just slow down. Damn, they really did mess that up, man. I miss TV Delight. I just like that small server. Okay, so we got the Valorous shoulder plates. This is going to be your Bis for Fury Warriors until, you know, for this phase 1. Age Winter Cloak. This is really your second Bis. It's your Bis for Armor Pen. The Favor of the Dragon Queen is, of course, a higher item level. I go for this because I want Armor Pen now, as I'll be using this with my Ulduar gear. Oh, thank you for the follow, Nislo Joe. Thank you. Appreciate the follow. Thank you for the follow. I definitely appreciate that. Welcome to the community. Okay, you got your Valorous Dreadnought Battle Plate. This is your tier 7.5. Super good. You got your hit rating, got your crit rating. You can't go wrong with it. I went with the wrist wraps of Cutthroat instead of my Sentinel Huntress, I think it is, because I am going. If I get that, I'll be expertise capped. Your expertise cap is 27 as a Fury Warrior, and you see here I'm at 29, so I'm already over the cap. So 27 is my sweet spot. I am 29 right now, so I went with this. Gives me some armor pen. Gives me haste you don't really use like that, but I'll rather stick with the armor pen, and it gives you some agility too, so you get some type of crit, which is cool. Thank you. Join the community. I appreciate that. I know. Look, I did a crazy video on my the Fiery Warrior testing, and I got 11K views on that on the YouTube channel, and a lot of the people came over and just subscribed to the Twitch. Thank you. I'll be doing some raids and stuff this week. I did a lot of raids last week, and of course I now have my 80 Arms Warrior and my 80 Fury Warrior to go. So I'm showing you how geared I am. Like I said, I play this game every day. I don't stream every day, but I do play it every day, and I'm just giving you guys a quick overview, man. Warrior Giga Chat. Look, I used to have 4 warriors. Warrior's my class, you know. And that's how I befriended Sarth and Crix and them. Those are my boys. I love Warrior. You know, of course, myself and Sarth were Scarab Lords from original Wrath. You know, I was in his guild a little bit with my other Warrior on White Mane, and now I'm on White Mane doing my thing. Yeah. Yeah, it really isn't. Like, the heroic world tours are nice, but as soon as like you were able to get into like raids, that kind of stopped. But the world tour was kind of fun. I did enjoy that week of doing like world tours on the heroics. Those were pretty cool, even though they're easy as hell. And that's the crazy thing is, I remember the Kata heroics were very hard. I love that about the Kata. Like going into like Grim Batol was so difficult because the mobs hit so hard. So that's gonna be crazy if they do the same thing. If they do the pre-nerf heroics for Kata, it's gonna be a good time because they were significantly harder than this bullshit we're doing now. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the best parts, right? Look, because they fucked up Dragon Soul. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated the Dragon Soul, but Blizzard got phase 1 and phase 2 100% correct of Kata. It was so fun. Like the heroics was fun, and going into like Firelands was an amazing raid. The dailies was fun. They fucked up the last phase, and it was so bad. Like, and that's what you left a bad taste in your mouth. Like, Kata would have been an excellent expansion if they didn't mess up the last phase, and that's the truth. It gets a lot of flack because people hated Dragon Soul, and it was a truly terrible raid. But phase 1 and phase 2, some amazing times, man. So that's just my opinion on that. But you know, going into, like I said, I remember Grim Batol because we were wiped to like trash, and it was like, holy shit, this was fun. Like putting difficulty in games could be a good thing, because when you finally beat it, when you achieve it, it makes it, you remember it, and like when you're doing like a world tour and these like easy peasy heroics, you don't get that feel. If that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it was an S tier raid. I 100% agree. 100. It was fun. I don't know, man. It was fun to me. Firelands was really good. Like the mount you can go back in there and try to get that Firebird that looked like the Ravenlord but on fire. I remember having a good time, but Dragon Soul, oh, I don't know what Blizzard was doing. Like even the tier sets, like I said, I played a Warlock. You remember how ugly the tier sets looked? Even the design went way down. You went from Blackwing Lair and the awesome gear that classic, even classic vanilla had. And then you look at like the tier sets, it was like ugly where you wanted to transmog it. And it was so odd. It was like I needed to transmog because the gear looked ugly. Like you want gear that looks awesome. Like when you get your DK and it looks like you're like a junior Lich King, that feels good, Or like myself here, even though I'm a ghost. Well, I'm not. Yeah, but whatever this is, it's like I'm still a ghost here. But like having the Armageddon, right? I love how the Armageddon looks. Like I don't know. They messed up that last phase in Cat. I'll just put it like that. That tier, whatever it was, 11, 12, looked fucking horrible, especially for Warlocks. Yeah. But let me look at some of the comments real quick. Yeah, even on time marking where you do old heroics in the retail, Kata dungeons are very hard to level in, and that's what made it good. Like I said, look, 10 years later and I remember it. Dragon Soul lasted forever too. They did not help with the perception of the expansion. That is true. I completely blocked it out of my head how bad Dragon Soul was. It was so bad, man. And look, you guys agree. Like, it just wasn't a good raid. It didn't feel good, if that makes sense. It didn't feel good. Yeah. It was bad, man. But Firelands was great, man. Firelands was good. I think, didn't they do like Mount Hajal? Oh yeah, they met it like a zone. I remember doing dailies in the Mount Hajal zone too. Those were okay. A lot of ganking happened there too. It feels good to do hard content. I agree with you. Versus you just sleeping and deleting everything. Yeah, like that's why. Look, imagine if the heroics was like Kata difficulty now, you would still be going through the heroics. Like instead of doing world tours, you would still be kind of climbing through them, and that makes the content lasts longer. Oh, this guy has a Armageddon also. That's real nice. Yeah, Armageddon is so good. It's my favorite sword in the game. You said Drew Dragon Soul was bad on behalf of my friend. Your friends quit. Wow, look at that. Like, that's a bad feeling too when the raid makes you quit. I don't know. It's not a good feeling, you know. And they really messed that up. They messed up the last phase of the game, you know. But the first two, like the revamp was cool. Some people wanted the old classic revamp, okay. But then, you know, going into phase 3 and phase 4, oh, it went downhill, man. There are rumors of Blizzard reworking the last raid tier if they do Kata. I would love that. Listen, Cage, I would love that. If they did that, I don't think they're going to do it because they like rehashing old content and just collecting big money off of it. But if they did that, that will make Kata amazing. Like, because Lich King was amazing. Like, people loved ICC. People came back that skipped Burning Crusade. Like, you know me, I'm a classic Andy. I've been here since, you know, day one classic, right? And look, 2 years, 3 years really, private servers. I started in 2016 again, and I played Nostarius the first year, and then we went to Elysium the second year when it relaunched, and then we went right into Kata. So I've been doing this for like 5-6 years so far, and if they really like do the due diligence to do Kata right, this will be a gold mine because they have to make changes. Like they have to recognize they dropped the ball. People love the last expansion of Wrath of the Lich King, you know, like getting invincible. And I still remember the guild that got world's first, killing Lich King, 25-man heroic. Like, it was an event. I remember it. Like, this was when YouTube was kind of still starting up, and the little dude posted the video of it, and it was like an event where Lich King went down and the RP started. I remember it because it was like a big event. Like, ICC was very big, you know. So if they can do Kata, like the end of Kata correctly, now you're talking. But we'll see. Molten Front, yep, yeah, I remember Molten Front. Like, you remember these good dailies. It was a good time. And now that we min-max everything, it'll be even better, but they got to get that last phase right. Let me get some of these. Thank you guys for commenting, by the way. I really do appreciate it. I kind of agree you should be able to directly go into raids from doing heroic dungeons, yes, versus needing to do another form of in-game to raid. I agree. That's a good idea. Because Wrath had all their trash raids in the start, which is fine, but its end is amazing with ICC, unlike Kata with Firelands and then DS. Exactly. 100% agree. Like, they started so strong with Firelands. It's a really good raid. I remember being impressed with Firelands, and I'm like, and then you give us Dragon Soul? It made no sense. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. And then, like I said, Grim Gatol, I think Uldum with the like Egyptian theme. It was great. It was a good looking zone. Like, it was some good times in there. The Twilight, like Vanguard or whatever it was, over there in the Eastern Kingdoms, like that was a cool zone. I don't know, man. It did some good things, but it did some horrible things, if that makes sense. Like, I see Wrath of the Lich King did more good than bad. And that's why it was 13 million people at the peak in this expansion. Because it was good. It was good throughout. It was easy enough to get the casuals in. And then it kind of balanced things out. Because Ulduar is amazing. People, even though I hated Ulduar because back in the day it was too difficult for me, now that we got the experience, we get, you know, I'm not a young, you know, 18, 19-year-old or whatever. Now that, you know, I know what the hell I'm doing, Ulduar is going to be fun, you know, and it wasn't for me, you know, back in the day. I preferred like the easier content, but now it's going to be great. Like, you got to do that with each expansion, you know, and same thing with Classic. Yeah, Molten Core was boring, but then Dragon Wing layer, whatever the fuck it was layer was great. I really loved that. Anchorage, yeah, it was hit or miss. But then boom, then you go on a Nax, and it's like, holy shit, I'm having a good time. You gotta have it like that. You gotta do both, and then that's the sweet spot for Blizzard. I hope they recognize that. Hope they recognize it. Like, the biggest problem is that they have to address for Kata is the Oro being destroyed in DS, and then the X Pack is better than TBC. Yes. And then you say Wrath had Ulduar and ICC, two of the best raids of all time. Exactly. Like, Trial of the Crusader was like a catch-up raid, and it catered to the people that didn't like trash, but you gotta have trash. Like, that's the formula for raiding, is you can't take away trash, because it becomes too streamlined. You can't have raids be streamlined just giving you bosses on bosses. They tried it with TLC, and it appeased the casuals, right? But the majority of your players or streamers, they're not gonna like that shit. It's gonna be, what the hell is this? You gotta be able to have some trash, and just not make it like boring, but just enough trash. You gotta have a sweet spot. ICC did that. There was some trash, you get a boss. There was some trash, you get a boss. There was some trash, you get a boss. You get a little encounter here. You got Sindragosa going on here. Boom, you got the Lich King hijinks going on. It was perfect. But Trial of the Crusader, it got old very fast, and you don't want to do that. Yeah. He said the biggest downtime is that they have the rest of Kata is the Oro being destroyed. Yeah, I read that already. Forced downtime isn't too bad as long as it's not retail levels of trash, which adds like 20 minutes to a raid. Exactly. That's why you got to have a sweet spot. I'm with you. A sweet spot, and then you're good to go. All right, let me cue for this VOA 10 man real quick. I did say I was gonna do that while we're chatting, and then we'll go over some gear, raids, vaults, 10 man. I'll list myself, see what's popping. I hate when it does that too, like the search thing kind of bugs. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to log and relog real quick. Blizzard, small indie company. How about that, man? It's crazy. But let me guys show you real quick. So I got Warblade. This is my Fury Warrior, 4200 gear score. Then I got Warhammer. Warhammer. This is my Arms Warrior, and he's gonna be. You know me. If you guys don't know, I like to. This is White Main PvP. White Main PvP. This is West Coast server. Yeah. White Main PvP. Yeah. Yeah. So this is my Arms Warrior here. I really like this guy because Arms is so fun to play. Like the rework. I've never played Arms, by the way. Well, at least in Wrath of the Lich King, I never played Arms. I was Fury Warrior all the way through. So this is my first time playing Arms, and it is fun. Holy shit, it's really fun. It flows very well. I'll show you guys. I'll go in now. Let me show you guys my my gear on my Arms Warrior, and then we'll queue for VOA on my Fury Warrior, and then that'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it right there. We'll be good. Nice. Okay, so let's go to the Arms Warrior. So this is my Arms Warrior Warhammer, right? All right, so we'll do this real quick. So he got the Horseman's Helm, which is pretty cool. They definitely upgraded this from the classic one because the classic one did not have a meta socket. It just had 3 gem sockets. I still have it on my Arms Warrior on Grobulus. So this one's a lot better. You can use it as item level 200, which is cool. That means like heroic type gear, which is great. Max 10 gear. So using this until I get like a tier helm or whatever. We got the Pendant of Outcast Hero from Badges. Nothing sweet about this. Shoulders of Egotism. I just needed a level 213 shoulder until we get the Valorous. The only PvP piece I have left is this one. With his eye level 213, you get some crit, some attack power. I am a few badges away, 3 badges away from the badge cloak. I'll get that today. So it's all good there. We have the Undiminished Battle Plate. Got this from 25-man Nax, which is pretty good. Hit rating 100, so that's a ton of hit. Also, expertise 51, ton of expertise also. Really good. Just got these. So what I did getting the wristbands of Sentinel Huntress is I had 60 Valor badges on my Fury Warrior, and I just mailed it. I bought it, mailed it over to my Arms Warrior. There you go. So that was cool. Because this warrior is only a week old. I've only had this guy for a week, and I'm already 4K gear score, which is great. I've been grinding hard on this guy. Oh, you said cuz at the point there really no changes, pretty much that. Yeah, you got to get the no changes out of there. And those no change Andes they don't even play the game anymore. Like whatever, let them go to the private servers. You need changes. You need changes. Like you have to change. You know how Dragon Soul was. It was terrible. Like you. How are we getting on the back of Deathwing? What the fuck? Instead of us just fighting him, like give us a big ass arena, a stage to where we fight him in like multiple phases. But this bullshit you did where we're on his back and we gotta like defeat his bunions and shit. Oh my god, Dragon Soul, what the fuck? It was so bad. What are we doing? Oh man. I just remembered. You had to defeat his bunions. Like, what the fuck? What were we doing? Like, come on, Blizzard. Like, all right. Oh man, I might make a video on that one. That's funny. Like, it was like 4 of them. And, yeah, like they would pop up, and you had to like kill it, and you had to go to the next one. Holy shit! What? This is what we're doing. We're fighting bunions now. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, it was shit. It was so bad. Sorry about that, man. Dragon Soul. Anyway, I'm super excited to get this invitable defeat. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I probably butchered that too. Whatever. Really good. 203 damage weapon from Nax. That's why this guy's only going to be doing maces. I didn't want to do another like warrior that just gets any item he can get. I wanted to go for specific items on my warriors. That's how I like to play the game. Everyone has their niche. And this is how I like to play the game. That's how my classic warriors was. I had one warrior who was named Maces. And this guy's kind of going to be like that, where she just wore maces like throughout classic. That's all she wore. I would find little maces. I found the like when you had to fight the little glob thing in AQ where you had to freeze them. Though there was like 1 or 2 maces that can provide like frost damage, and I would get those on her so she can go into that fight. So it was so fun just getting maces on her. And this guy's Warhammer, because of course Warhammers are maces. So he's got the invitable defeat. So cool. I love this weapon. There's a better weapon called the Jawbone, which is a mace in 25-man Nax. I have not seen it drop yet. Hopefully that drops this week. We'll stream that raid if it does. All right. Heroes, I got this for free in Vault 25. Vault 10. Yeah, Vault 10, which was pretty cool. So I was super happy to get this. And I was only like 3 days into level 80. We got the Crocolisk. This is off your badges also. 40 badges. Pretty good. I was so happy when Staggering Leg Plates dropped off of Utgard Keep. Because I was rocking some blue like pants I bought off the auction house. And then I upgrade to these, which is amazing. So I'm so happy to get these. Until we get some, of course, ones from Nax, the tier leggings or something like that. Death Inured, or injured. He's not injured. He is Death Inured Sabatons. Just got these. I just got Exalted with the Ebon Blade. This is your pre-raid bis. So I got these. Pretty prog on these. Ring of Incivility. This is what I spent my Valor badges on. The first thing was this Island 213 ring. And of course, I'm an enchanter on this guy, so it's pretty good. I was happy to get this Circle of Death. I did a Nax 10. I think my first Nax 10 this week, and I didn't get no upgrades up until Saf. I kid you not, there was 0 upgrades. It was like a bunch of caster loot, and then this bad boy dropped, and I win the roll. I was so happy. I was like, man, this is my first upgrade. Thank you. I was in a GDKP with some like, I think they were either Chinese or Japanese. and I was the only melee DPS. Like, I kid you not. I have no fucking idea how I was the only one to bid on this item. Guys, I kid you not. I would never thought I would get this on an alt warrior. This is my alt. And yeah. I was the only one that bid on it. Like they stacked so many casters. They did a poor job, by the way. First of all, the GDKP, it's the one I'm going to continue going to. Don't get me wrong, but they did a horrible job making it even, where you had some melee and some range. They had everyone was range, and I was the only melee. Wow. So I got this for the lowest I can get it for. Yeah, and I got this bad, but this is a really good trinket. It's basically 320 attack power full time. It has about a 80 to 85% total uptime in raids and 90 to 95% uptime in heroics. It's really good. So if you just want an additional 320 attack power, this is the trinket to get. Yeah. Also, and of course, Mirror of Truth. This is your basic trinket. You'll replace this with Grimtoll or the Bandit's Insignia from Tin Man Nax. Even the one from Malagos, you'll replace that. It's decent. You get a good chunk of a crit, and then an occasional 1,000 attack power cooldown. But I think it does have an ICD of, I think, 45 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Let's Go Giants. Exactly. That's another big thing, too. Giants are 6-1. Yes. Giants are 6-1. I'm super excited. I should make a video about that today, too, talking about that, because Daniel Jones played an excellent game. He had over 300 yards, total yards. Over 300 total yards and 2 touchdowns. It was amazing. And my first video was ranting on Daniel Jones last year. Look at what a good coaching staff gives him. It's amazing. All right, so let me get out of here real quick, and then I got the Nessingbury 400, super good. You'll replace this in Nax, but I haven't seen anything to replace it yet. And so that's what has our Arms Warrior at 4K gear score, which is great. All right, let me get out of here real quick, and we'll go do that 10 man. But yeah, the Giants, I'll talk about that too. No one expected them to be 6-1. Like, no one expected him to be 6-1, right? And you got to give it up to like the defense. Like, Wink coming over from Baltimore. First of all, Baltimore they let him go way too early. Like, I don't understand what that was about. But the coaching staff, like, we know we're the least talented team in the NFC East, like, by far. Washington has far better talent than the Giants, but they don't have the coaching that we have, and that's the truth. Like, from top to bottom, Washington's roster is way better than what the Giants have. Way better. And I live in DC. Like, I'm around Washington fans all the time. They have way better talent, except maybe running back, because Saquon's the best back in the NFC East. I'll say that. But the coaching, holy crap, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, the coaching is way better in the Giants, and they're making better decisions with less talent. I would love to have a Terry McLaurin. I would love to have a Jahan Dotson. Like, those are studs. Who's the 6'5", Dawami Brown or whatever? I would love to have him. The Giants have none of that, and yet we're 6-1, and the Redskins are Washington is they're 3-4. What good win yesterday by beating Green Bay, no doubt. That's the shock of the week. But they should be 6-1. Washington should be 6-1. The Giants should be 3-4, and the records are flipped because we have good coaching and they don't, because they have way better talent. Yeah, and Jones has been on fire. Look, Brian Daboll came over from Buffalo, and he's like, look, let me simplify this. Daniel Jones cannot be given complex assignments, but let me simplify it. You're gonna throw the ball 25 times. You're gonna run the ball because you have above average acceleration than what your size makes it seem, right? That you look like you're 6'5", 220, and you look like a pocket quarterback, but you run like a 4'6", 4'7". We can use that. And they're using that because that bootleg has been open. It was open for the Ravens game. It was open for the Chicago game. It was open yesterday. That naked bootleg to the left, money. And he can get 10, 15-yard chunks. Those add up. And that's what's happening. You know, the defense, he made some good throws because I was shocked that Slayton actually caught the ball, you know? And then the team's coming together. Like, you see them in the locker room, you know, and it's making a big difference. Making a big difference. All right, let me go here. Let me queue up for a vault. I don't want to keep you guys. All right, so I'll wait. I know I'm like 30 minutes late on getting to the freaking vault. Hopefully some vault stuff open up for us for 10-man. They're doing a 25-man now. I see that. I don't see a 10-man yet. Oh, thank you, Gage. I appreciate it. All right, let me go through here real quick. So this is my Scarab Lord. This is my guy. You guys know I was Classic Andy. I got the Thunder Fury. I got the Scarab Lord. I completed all my stuff that I wanted to do in Classic WoW. TBC was okay. Wasn't. I was going through server changes and guild changes and things like that. And now we're in a great guild, Obsidian on Whitemane, and we've kind of found our niche. Do some GDKPs, have some good time, and gear the fuck up. So, still don't understand how this looking. I'll explain it to you, Cage. I'll explain it to you. It's really cool. It's really cool. So here's how it goes. I actually like it. All right, Group Finder's pretty cool. All right, so let me go here. So if you want to do any raids, right, you basically will select all your raids. If you've done the raid for the week, you just deselect it. You right? That's the one thing you have to kind of track. I wish it did it for you, meaning I would improve the Group Finder is if you've done the raid, the Group Finder would know, and it'll be grayed out, almost like how it's grayed out here. That would be cool because basically what you have to do is you have to go into your raid and you have to do this. You have to go to raid info to see what you're locked to for the week. You see what I'm saying? And then you have to know. See, I'm locked to 10-man, I'm locked to 25-man, I'm locked to Obsidian Sanctum, both of those. Eye of Eternity. Oh, shoot, I have an Eye of Eternity 25 I can do for the week. Nice, okay. I'll try to do that. So you have to kind of go through here where it will work better if it was built in here, right? It would look better if it was built in the Group Finder. But anyway, you would go into here and you would select the raid and you will go into this. And then basically you're displayed here for everyone that's using it on the server. If someone has a group, you will see it here and then you can ask to join that group, And so for example, you can delist yourself because you have to delist if you want to look for heroics, right? Or anything. Like you can do custom for like PvP events or like role play events. You can do PvP stuff here. I don't really PvP like that. Questing in zones, if you had something like group questing like Ice Crown, you could use it here. I don't get why they did this and not add the retail version. I think there was some pushback for the retail version, but for me that don't play retail, I like this. But I understand you play retail, so you might be used to that. I think there was some pushback with the retail version. That's why they kind of did their own thing. Yeah, because remember, Classic Andes don't want it to be retail, if that makes sense. Like, there's people like myself that there's a bad taste in retail, so we don't want those systems, if that makes sense. Because of what happened in, Warlords of Draenor and, the end of Wrath of Lich King, Yeah, so that's why they kind of wanted to do something custom, because if you mention like this is coming from retail, then people are backing up, and I think that's why they're kind of doing that fine line, if that makes sense, right? Like how the AH wasn't working, but they didn't add in retail AH. Exactly. They didn't add like the token and things like that. Yeah. But anyway, so if you want to go for dungeons, like if you want to go for a world tour, for a world tour, you just click all of the dungeons. Boom. You do that. And then you can either find a group that's queuing for all the dungeons, or you can go to like a specific one. So let's say I want to do Utgard Pinnacle for the Drake, right? I want to get that blue proto Drake. I would just do this and find a group and do it like that. Or if I want to do Headless Horseman for the day, I would just queue that. Let's say if I want to do all of these, but I don't want to do Oculus because Oculus sucks, then I would just deselect Oculus and go there. It's pretty cool. Like, I really like how it works. And remember, if someone has a group already in there, you can request to join their group. They'll either say yes or no. If they say yes, you're automatically invited to the group, and you say where we're going, and you go ahead and knock out the dungeon. Or you can also find, like I said, a world tour group, since everything's easy. And you can get all of these done. And World Tour, that gives you 50 plus badges for the week. For the day. So you can start gearing up pretty quickly. Plus, the end bosses drop a item level 200 item, and you might get what you want there too. So, every day you could be getting an item, which feeds into like that dopamine hit that, these games kind of provide you on. You can get them through badges. You can also get them through heroics. And you can use this system to kind of queue up. To me, it works pretty well. Yeah, to me, it works pretty well. But that's how you kind of do it here. But let me go back, and then I'll try to queue for that dungeon or whatever, and I'll go through the gear. Then I'll get you guys out of here. All right, so let me go back here. Let me go to raids because I want to do Vault of Archivon or Archivon 10-man. List myself, see if anything came up. Nope. So probably not gonna be able to do that. I'll probably have to find this in like the looking for group channel. I thought like soon as Wintergrasp ended, there will be some VOAs, but it is Monday. Most people are saved to the VOAs, so it is what it is. The best day to do that, of course, Tuesday and Wednesday when it's fresh. He said that AH is Auction House, my pal. Yeah, that's how the Auction House wasn't working for weeks, and they should have just added the retail version. The problem would have been solved. Oh, I see what you're saying. So what? The AH wasn't working right. Yeah, I know what AH is, but what I did, I thought it was my add-on. So I was using, it wasn't Auctionator. I'm using Auctionator now. I was using another add-on, right? Yeah, I'm using Auctionator now, but I was using like Auction something. It was something else. And I thought it was the add-on that was slowing the Auction House down from not working. So I just deleted that, added Auctioneer. I was using Auctioneer, and I thought that was the issue. I didn't even know it was a Blizz issue. Like this whole time, I didn't know it was a Blizz issue at all, and I didn't switch to Auctionator, and it started working for me. Yeah, so that's what I thought it was. So yeah, I'm using Auctionator. And I'm on the Auction House every day. That's how I get my goal for the GDKPs. So yeah, anyway, let me finish up. Okay, so we got the Abyss helm, to item level 226. You got your Abyss neck, Favor of the Dragon Queen, pretty much your Abyss shoulders, Abyss cloak. This is not your Abyss, this is your second Abyss chest. The first one is the chest guard of Recluse from Eye of Eternity. I went with this, of course, because I had too much expertise. Death's Bite dropped. It's funny. Like, the first 2 weeks I saw both Death's Bites drop. So I got one. The first one I sold for 15K to a guilty. Because he was a rep out and he really wanted it. I got Armageddon. I paid, I think, 18K for this. I'm going to pay another 18 or whatever the fuck K for another one. Because I want to be the only... I haven't seen any Warriors have two of them. Even though it's basically the same stats as Death's Bite. Like, one has hit, the other one has haste, basically. Oh, well, then again, Armageddon has less crit rating. Crit rating is 90 on this one. Crit rating is only 58 on this. So I'm losing a lot of that. But for the looks, to me it's better. I do want to get an upgrade here. I have my Abyss trinkets. As you see, I have all three. I have Grimm's Hole, paid 16K for this, paid 18K for this, and whatever it costed first week to get the Dark Moon Card's Greatness. So I put a lot of gold into these 3 trinkets here, but I have them, which is great. Your Hemorrhaging Circle is from Gundrak. A lot of people are going for this. Ring of Invincibility from your badges. Most people will have this by the 3rd or 4th week. Iron Spring Jumpers, Boulders of the Auction House. This drops off next, but I wanted the armor pen. Heroes, like I said, I wanted to get my Valor's 4-piece for this. There is better legs, though. There's the legs off OS that are better. You know, it is what it is. The Girdle of Vesuvius is better than this. It just haven't dropped for me. I haven't seen it. And then you got your Valorous, which is pretty much BIS, other than your Eye of Eternity ones. I haven't seen that drop either, though. So this is from drops. It's pretty good because they're both item level 213. Well, the ones off Eye are item level 226. So I would get that if it does drop. But yeah, but I'm super happy this phase because I was able to at least get my trinkets, right? I went through big phases like in Classic WoW where I couldn't get DFT, and in TBC I couldn't get DST. You know, so I made it a point to be able to get my BIS trinkets now. You know, and the Grimm's Hole is gonna last me in the phase 2. So this might be actually my trinket combo for the 2nd phase also, which is great. Imagine that. Imagine you having your BIS trinkets in the 3rd week of an expansion. To me, that's awesome. So this is where I'm at with the Fury Warrior. You know, we do pretty good damage. The Furies are not going to be nowhere near where they need to be until Trial of the Crusader / ICC, when you get those big armor pen trinkets and armor pen items. But that's where we are. So we got the Arms Warrior doing some great damage with the Arms Warrior, and then we have our geared Fury Warrior. Super geared. Grimm's Hole, Fury, Dark Moon Card Greatness. We're in the money. And there's maybe 1 or 2 pieces you need to upgrade as far as like getting some Eye of Eternity gear. Sarth 3D only drops them out, so you don't really care about that. I do need a Sarth 2D Tin Man because my BIS, another good ring drops there, and also some leggings, which is pretty good. The Warriors tier 7 tier bonuses suck, to be honest. The Slam is good, so the 2 set's good because you use Slam as Fury, you don't use Slam as Arms, and then your bleed effects, it's like slightly more rage, but it's terrible. Like, you want to go with your offset pieces, basically. You'll get more damage there when you go with your off-spec pieces. Yeah. So anyway, those are the Warriors. You know, we're Scarab Lord, Warblade over here, ton of titles. Pretty good gear. You know, 4K on the Arms Warrior, 4.2K on the Fury Warrior. Yeah. And we're just doing some heroics and stuff like that. Cage, you said I wasn't into retail at all till like a few months ago myself. You got to explain why though. Like, that's a good question too. For you, what made you fall in love with retail again? All right? Because I am totally out on retail. It threw me off when I was playing just pet battles more than like raiding. Even now, I still miss a lot of things about Classic. Really? What do you miss about Classic? That's a cool discussion there too, man. We should do a podcast or something like that. You got a lot of good questions. But I love how this one looks. Black Ice looks so good. This is how a polearm should look. That's awesome. Like that's great design on a polearm. Yeah, great design on a polearm, guys. Yeah. Guess I should get some water, huh? But yeah, let's see. Let's check out the. And it's cool because you could like refresh it and see if any groups come about. But it's not going to be too many though. You know, not going to be too many. Yeah. But that is the raid and the stream for today. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Not too much was going on. I think I did my jewel crafting dailies for the day. Yeah, I think I did that. Yeah. And I need one more badge for something. If I could do the Eye of Eternity. Oh, let me check that. I just thought about that, guys. I did not do the Eye of Eternity 25 man. Did I? Let me double check that. I thought that's what we saw, right? I did 10 man. That's weird. I did 10 man, but not 25. What? Oh, that's so funny. Okay. So look. So you see here that now more roles popped up. So there's a lot of tanks. Jesus, there's a ton of tanks looking for Eye of Eternity, even though you only really need 1 or 2 tanks for that. But anyway, yeah. But as soon as when more people log on, because remember, this is a West Coast server, so it's only 10 in the morning. Even though it's 1 in the afternoon here on the East Coast, it's only 10 in the morning on the West Coast, so a lot of people are asleep. It is Monday morning, so a lot of people are still at work. It'll be a more booming server where all of this will be packed later on. But he said individually, the sense of community that was in Classic is what I missed in the servers, like seeing the same faces again. That's what I loved about DV Delight when I was on it. It's people knew you, for better or for worse, because a lot of people hated me on DV Delight. But there was a lot of people that loved me too, which was great. And they knew the name Warblade. Like, they knew that. They knew I was, selling wares or doing XYZ, trying to get Thunder Furies, whatever. It was really good, just knowing the people. You had a cheese vendor. It was just, it was good times where people knew you. It was like Cheers. Everybody knew your name. It was a small pub of server like that. Mega servers, I kind of removed that as well as constant server transfers. Yeah, as long as they don't do into that crap where everyone kind of plays with everybody, like you see different people from different servers. That's what really ruined it. You have to keep it even on like a mega server. You will still get to know some people. When they get to where you get people from like Firemain or whatever the fuck, Arthas, and y'all all are like on this jumbo pod of server, that's when it goes way downhill. They should not do that. I just play Rita because my pals play it and it's enjoyable. Yeah, now I would think that. Remember, in an MMO, the community aspect is number 1. So many people forget that. The community aspect is number 1. Number 1. Like, people stop playing because their friends are not playing. I miss my people. I miss Purge, because I had friends in Purge, and that was the guild on DV Delight. So I miss certain people in the guild. I miss the hijinks of the small server in DV Delight, even though I wanted it to be a big server. You miss playing with certain people. You miss, different hijinks. And that's what makes MMOs enjoyable. You know what I mean? It really does. Or like when you get into a group and it's like the people are nice, or people that really know how to play their class. Like my girl Mori, Beast Paladin. You know what I mean? She would go in and she'd be like, "Oh, this is a great fucking paladin." Like shit like that. You remember certain people that excel at their class. Like this. I remember this PvP in Rogue. He was really good at playing Rogue. Yeah, little things like that. You really miss like the community aspect. Rating is cool. Purple epics are cool, but the big part of it is the community aspect. Blizzard has to get that right, or it's not going to work. Not going to work. Yeah. So I'm hoping that they kind of correct those things, because there's another thing they have to correct too, is that guild stuff that they had going on in Kata, where it forced everyone to like be like a mega guild, where you had like guild perks where you can do like auto res. You had your guild level had to be like 30 or something like that, where you had guild perks, and it forced the smaller guilds can never compete, because it would take them 3, 4, 5 times as long to get those perks, where the mega guilds can be able to get those perks within like a week or 2. And that's toxic. Like you cannot bring that into Classic WoW at all. Yeah. Small servers with experience. It brought me in with Earth Fury. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I remember some people from DV Delight went over to Earth Fury. Because it was an East Coast server. I play retail, but I cannot recommend it to anyone. Yikes. And look, this is not like a bashing retail stream, nothing like that. I just stopped playing because I noticed myself, it wasn't a guild aspect anymore. And then I was pet battling more than raiding, which was weird. And I look, I miss pet battles. I wish that once I'm done with my raids for the week and I'm done knocking out the heroics, I can just do some pet battles. At least I'm playing the game, but I wanted like a guild aspect of that, if that makes sense. And in Classic WoW, the more we got from it being like a guild or community aspect is the worse it's got for me. Because I got games I can play solo. I got an Xbox Series X right there. I got a Dreamcast right there. I got a Sega Saturn right there. I can play my one-player games all I want. I come on this to not be one player, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then you can still quest. You can still quest to do one-player quests, But if the entire game becomes solo, not the type of game you want to play. Yeah. Especially for new players, retail is terrible. Oh, that's so bad. I wonder why that is. But at the same time, too much communities can be toxic. Like on Peace servers, there's way too many weirdos and cringe lords. 100% correct. That is a ding. Way too many. Yes, like Peace servers was toxic. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh, I played it, but there was a lot of times where I was like, F these people, because you really have to be a tryhard to once download the software to play a private server. You got to have that locally on your computer, and you're getting into it, and it's hosted in France, and it's hosted in Russia. Like it had a lot of people in there. Me, I just played a lot, but it was a lot of people that like min-max it, and they were those types. And if you mess up one time and they ridiculed you for it, they're calling you out your name. It was bad shit. But I know I played WoW every day, so I don't want to be cringe, but look, I rub people the wrong way too, because I demanded certain things, and people like, fuck this Reggie guy, he's a fucking dickhead. So be it, you know what I mean? So be it. Yeah. But I think I'm in a good spot now. Like now it's like I do my thing. Every now and then I'll make a video. People were like, holy shit, this dude is geared as fuck. Cool. And then they'll go about doing their thing. You know what I mean? And if I make a video, they'll get the content from it. And hopefully they'll improve what they're doing. And I'll go ahead and do my thing. You know what I mean? It's a good balance now. It took some years to get there, though. I'll tell you that. It took some years to get there. Yep. But it looks like there's no VOA, and there's no Eye of Eternity. It is early, so what I'll do is, if I'm able to get into that Eye of Eternity 25-man tonight, I've done all my Naxes, by the way. I did Nax on this character. I did Nax on my Arms Warrior. If I do anything else, I will log on to the stream. But I think I'm gonna drop it now, guys, and I'm gonna do a video about the Giants. So check out the YouTube channel. That should be in the description. Yeah, the YouTube channel, Reggie vs. Solace on YouTube. I'm going to do a Giants video. I think I'm going to do a Giants video now. And I'm going to post this one up to the YouTube. This will be my week 3 breakdown. Yeah, of the gear, which is great. We did go over gear. So say hi to YouTube, everybody. Maybe make a group. Nah, I don't like doing none of that. Like making groups and stuff. Yeah, not my thing. Yeah, I like because I'll get into one, I'll get into a VOA, 10-man and an Eye of Eternity and stuff like that. I do have the that's the cool thing about it, though, is since I have the key, so I could make a group. But do I want to? No. I do have the key, though. So you see here, the heroic key, it opens up normal and heroic, which is cool. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely could make a group, but it is early in the morning though, so I'm not going to do that. But we'll find one later on, and that'll give me another reason to stream. Yep. So you guys take care. Check out the YouTube channel in about an hour or two. The video will be up. Go Giants, and thank you guys for tuning in, man. All right, take care.